Hello, this game reminds me a bit of Void War, where I kept playing on higher Torment levels, and yeah, right now we're just playing on higher and higher Ascension levels. And as you can see at level 3 for the GraveYard, well, you have Debris, and the bosses have one more modifier, which will be very tricky to play. I also got Jacques as an advisor, just because the other guy, well, he was good, but not really that good. I think this will be a much better economic upgrade for our councillors, or for our council members. Because the Silk Weaver had a random tile that was improved, but that was not really saying much, and in the end game you always spend all of your resources. While Jack over here will just give you over time a much better value, because you just have the same resources, but you actually get a bonus to those resources, while with the other one, with the Weaver, you'd mine the resources on that tile a little faster, and it's just you, so sometimes you just don't get what you want or what you need. These are artifacts. You know what, I'll just take this one. Okay. And as you can see, we lose the purple one. It was a much better enchantment, but at the same time it doesn't really matter that much, does it? Let's clear that area over there as fast as possible. We have access to water. Oh, that dig site is also very interesting. Yeah, we said we have to go from here. Summon those guys, which will be enough for the beginning of the game, and now we just need water and wood. Well, I guess we have an advantage with this one, because we actually get wood. Well, I guess we get more wood in a way, but you lose that other one. But to be honest, that tile usually was in such a random place that it didn't really matter either way. So first of all, let's make sure. Oh wow, 3 out of 7, that's actually pretty good. Let's get all of that cool stuff out of the way. Yeah, I think we have enough water. Can they work so tirelessly like that? What? What? What fell on my units? What kind of a modifier was that? Maybe I should have read the modifier as well. It's okay. No, I don't want to do a lot of rerolls or a lot of other stuff. Oh, we have a lot of money. So we'll just go with the hunters, because sometimes you get what you want, sometimes you get something really bad. But the DPS is so bad, I don't think I can take them. They're just too little DPS for us. I'll just take the... yeah, I'll just take the other guys, but then I take something completely different. Yeah, that's not a good idea. Okay, let's pick on Levi Barracks. Oh, you know, the barracks, the production, and then the Dinari. Is that the veteran barracks? Yes, it is. So we'll have 2 easier waves just to get the better end. The green first. It's tempting to get the execution ground, but I think I'll just... If I get advanced production, it will not be helpful for now. So let's just get the execution ground, which will be useful for a while. And let's clear up this swampy area as well. Oh wow. This is a bit trickier, because I want to play a little safer this time. Yeah, last time I got so greedy to the point where it didn't work out for me. But now I think we can manage. Also, we'll need a lot of wood. I think this is the way. I should be able to deal with that, and I also will need the barracks as fast as possible. Remember to switch those guys over there. Okay. Not sure what that modifier is. Where do I see it? Well, I guess it will be stunned by a projectile, which will also deal a lot of damage. We barely pulled through. Oh, thank you, game. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, we don't really need the clay because we have free clay on the map, if I remember correctly. 5. So we need 80 clay, and we have 80 clay over here because it will be 75, it will be 100. Okay, so no clay is needed. We don't need any, but... You know what, let's kind of force the note a little bit more, so we'll have to rely more on those things. Oh, come on, really? Oh, this is very, very tricky again. Let's take that, let's take the resources. That will be metal. We'll suffer a little bit for this, but it should be okay a little later. Scribe quill? Oh, come on, really? They give me mage stuff. As for the archery, I need more gold. Huh! That's hilarious in a way, annoying in another way. We really need the archers as well. Oh, they killed my madman. Okay. Big well. Yeah, water is so much more important than I give it credit most of the times. Cannon, okay. And I'll also need 1 or 2 advanced resources at some point just to get the other stuff. Gold is still a problem. I cannot imagine how it will be to play on the other difficulty, which will have us at minus 150 gold. Now roll on iron. Okay, this will be a problem. Yeah, I used up all of the iron for the archer. Yeah, I guess that's what... That is exactly what I was afraid of. So we have a lot of... We have a lot of resources, but we just don't have a lot of resources right now. Okay, that fixes one of the issues. Yeah. I overcomplicate things by just not being balanced with my economy. Hold on. What is my balance? What is my economy? This would also be good. I think if I get this... No, I'll get the Buddhist temple, even though the Buddhist temple is not something I enjoy a lot, but... Think of this in terms of permanent upgrades. Oh, okay, so we can get 2 morale per black sheep, but that's just extra steps. We need 180, so we can have 1 reroll. Okay, king statue is also not bad. Now they give me everything I would like. Worm riders. The grid is real. Close to finish digging all of that area, all of those areas. Close to getting the arches, but I don't think I'll ever have enough. Yikes. I guess you can sort of bait the attack on an area that is not important to you. Okay, we managed to survive all of that. Garland is useless. That's actually great and what I needed. I don't remember the frag bomb ever seeing it in my playthroughs. By necromancy spell. I can basically get infinite wine if I have... Does it say this is an attack building? Because it's not very clear. Doesn't say that, but I'll just assume it's an attack building and then I'll take the wheat field. Oh, and we still have a lot of stuff left. Okay. So usually I have a lot of buildings over here. Okay, let's make a very solid line. So this is what I use for passive stuff. This is what... Okay, this will be the passive stuff line. Get back! Run away! Run away! It's the evil bunny that kills everyone. I still got... They caught them. Oh man, the game only seems to love giving me the grid. I wish this... Well, if they managed to implement a Twitch or a... You know, somewhere where you stream an interface, a Twitch interface, this would be amazing. So... Maybe this should be something that Twitch chooses, because this is extreme grid versus very useful stuff. Extreme grid versus... I have to take the Bride of Vengeance, but that other one was very tempting. Oh, okay, another archer building. Okay, we'll take the well. I guess this will fix all of our water problems at some point. We need the slimes. Wow, okay, this is too easy. Or maybe it's not too easy. Man. Yeah, I should have upgraded my gaze a while back. Because this upgrade is not as useful as... We'll take the attack, just because we also need the resources. We only have enough for this. That would have been great to have as well. The poor sand rider, the poor worm rider. That was not their job. The job was not to tank. Okay, flower, exactly what I needed. See, this is such a useful spell. And these slots over here will have to be designed for the archers, which apparently keep evading me or eluding me. Rats. No, this will have to be the way forward. We are going to run out of grain very, very fast if you're not careful. It's painfully obvious we're going to run out of it. What is that? I should have read the modifier a little better. Build the research table. Fire. Maybe I should have read what the pyre was all about, the spell that defrosts your troop. Next time. That's a lot of dinari, I like it. It's tricky because I need to deforest. So what was that? Super radiation, deforestation, smog, toxic and hate, yeah. Now I know how to summon Captain Pollution. Okay, now we have some wood production available and I have to sell the market once we run, okay. Nice and steady, nothing too fast, nothing too slow. That was actually a bit too easy. Maybe I don't get a good roll like that, okay. Hold that. I can move the other wells, but I cannot move the... What? This game suddenly became the well movement manager. Did I just destroy one of the... Yeah, whatever, doesn't matter. I don't have enough space for them anyway. Yeah, I'm just... I guess this is where the game really shines. Look at how complex it is and how many things you have to keep track of. Oh yeah? Yeah? Judge this. Stunning arrows or... I'll just take the stunning arrows again. You might be tempted to take something for the end game, but it's much better if you take something right now. Yeah, I have to move my resources over there as well, which is something I'm not a big fan of. Upgrade? Not really. Yeah, I kind of misjudge also this a little bit. Okay, over there. I guess that's not so bad, but it's really annoying. Yeah, this will be one of those games where we need a ton of grain to... I just had to get that one. Okay, we have enough, so we can demolish that. With that. Maybe I should also use the pyre, but... I also don't have a gold source, which is getting on my nerves. Yeah, it's all about the shops, to be honest. If you don't have enough resource buildings in the shops, we'll be in deep, deep trouble. So let's use deforestation again. I think it instantly got stunned by the worm, which is great. Okay, we have enough damage because of the wine and the other stuff. I guess I can put execution ground over there and then down. Yeah, need to work. We need to work on everything at the same time. Come to work over. Yeah, I don't know why they attack. They're the weakest. Going to be hard. Okay, family crossbow is great and exactly what I needed. The training dummies. Oh, the iron hoe. I can have the bees, which are our very, very fun unit. Looks like the winery is the building that I never need, to be honest. Look at that, it's only 42. Assassin Temple, no. Hunters, no. They would be interesting to have. Actually go pretty well with the endgame, but again, endgame is not now, endgame is later. So is the dummy target really worth it? I guess it's worth it in a way, but I would rather also have a chain lightning. On troops to capacity. Well, if they die, as you can see, they launch the swords that will also damage them. Oh, I love my reward list. Everything is good over here. I think I prefer this one because it's permanent damage versus a cooldown and a buff and... Take a gold mine. Need more wheat. We need a ton of wheat, to be honest. Does it say how many archers I have or need? I don't think it's worth having more than 6 archers, to be honest, and will not have more than 6 anyway, so... Six archers, 9 archers... we'll take the archers. I'll go for the grid. Fireworks, prophecy. So yeah, as you can see, the game is going very nicely, but you really need to start thinking for the end game from the first part of the game. From all of the troops. That works for me. Does it also heal them? I think it does heal them. Well, I also have to take this. It's worth putting, yeah, it is worth putting this one here. And there goes all of my grain. I guess we have to go without digging for a while. Or maybe... Oh wait, actually no, we don't have to go without digging for a while. It'll be fine. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, but I guess it works in my favor as well, because they target the advanced units and not the ones that are in real danger. I have too much iron at this point. I really like the animal farm, but it's not that good. I would rather have the carpentry. I don't even know for how much the... Okay, so we need a marketplace over there. Head over here. Oof, this is so hard sometimes because you're making some really bad choices and you have to make the bad choice before you make the good choice. Okay, let's upgrade our unit limit. I don't want to put something over there. Spell choice is interesting. We can upgrade that for a spell choice. I also need my oil generation down there. I can have coal mine. So let me see. Don't have any of these being produced, so let's produce everything up to the max limit and then we'll see what we bring on the battlefield. We have a lot of aliens. Aliens are protecting us, that's great. So those are the swordsmen. Wait, what did I do? We can have 4 ruined scouts on the battlefield. I'll just forget about little details like this. So we can have all of the scouts on the field. You don't have to respect the max limit. Run away! So I basically can deny all of the effects of the freeze spell by just making them... by making the scouts get hit. Warriors damage. Kronberg. No, 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 no. I guess you have to put a thinking cap on. Okay, the fuel pump is over here. The fuel pump will always be in this corner of the map over here. Rats. So the cannon will have to be over here, but I have to put something over there as well. Okay, next problem. I don't have any synergy and I really need to upgrade my production over here. Maybe it will give me gold. Okay, everything is going according to the plan, except I'm a bit behind. I really need to have max ruin scouts, to be honest, and also max crossbowmen. So does that really work as intended? No, I cannot remove them from the back, so why does it sometimes let me do it, sometimes it doesn't let me do it? And send some peasants back. Well, I'm not really in a hurry. Cat. That was a very bad hit. I need the hospital as fast as possible. A lot of stuff died. Okay. Place this. Oof. Okay. Oh no. Wait a minute, what happened to all of my metal? This is why I should stop building stuff I don't understand what it does. Okay. So I build that, so now I cannot build a mine, which means I cannot build that, which means I'm in trouble again. Some other stuff. Okay, you know what? Let's just get some dinari. See, they don't use up population when you send them out. I guess you just need... Wait, what? We actually get 2 extra, so that's 3 instead of 1. Okay, that's so much more value. Oh, these are also a tree. The tree. Wait, why is this not discounted? Oh, so they don't discount the artifacts. I forgot about this. Warriors. Well, I guess I'll have to remember this as well. What is that? That's the landmine. Okay, so I also want the king statue to be over there. I also want the hero statue as much as the other stuff, but I also want the bomber hangar. The grid is unreal in this game. Why is the grid so unreal? Finally upgrade that, but it doesn't help me at all. So I have basically all of the buildings I need for the end game, but I don't have anything for now. Let's just get a lot of water. So I'm in the same situation as before, where I just don't have any resources. Actually, this time I don't have any resources. And this will also use up wood and water, so that's why I was kind of hesitating to use this in the beginning. Guess we just have to make do with what we have. I could also just put the king statue over there. Well, not really. This is ridiculous. The first boss is here. I think that's funny. Well, I guess I should have used this before. I just use evasion. That's actually a nice gift. Can I finally make those other archers? Yes, but that means we lose the grain from here. Meat would also be nice. Yeah, you have to love this guy. He just kills everything instantly. But we do have a lot of reserves, which is our main advantage, I guess. Legendary artifact. Max unit HP. What do you mean? Everyone gets that? Really? That's a thing? How does that work? Also have incineration. That's also new. Yeah, I'm also getting stuff I never saw at this point of the game, which is great, but scary at the same time. So this is for flying units. I have to insist on flying units if I take it. Champion. Of course, I don't have any champions. Basic production. You know what? This will be it. I don't want to insist too much on summon. Well, saying that, I think I'll just have to choose for the spells. Hero statue. That's something I also wanted, and we'll just have to hope for more. Oh. Blood. Left. All the blood left over when the boss arrives to his health. Okay, so I guess the modifiers are for other stuff as well. Vampire mirror. That's useless to me, and it's also pretty expensive. It uses up a lot of water. Archmage, Magic College, legendary spells or basic spells. Okay, so we can send all of them out as long as you have at least one slot free. That looks kind of shiny and cool. We're not getting any resources, but again, water is one of the best resources anyway. So I'm just trying to stockpile the water and the wood for the final part. No. Get all of the grain from here so I can build another archer camp. Vampire bar. And I guess the vampire... Oh, we have 25 blood already. Yeah, I'll just put the vampire blood bar over there. Nah, they're not that many. We can handle this. I should also be careful with the wine production. We have one small well over there. Where are the rest of the wells? I guess, okay, we have all of the wells we can handle. Why is it giving me only gold mines and others? Fine, I'll just take the gold mine. Finally, some wheat fields. This ship is also nice. Meteor. I guess I'm really trying to get all of the stuff I can get from the resources. So the king statue costs a lot of iron that I don't have available right now. What now? Yeah, I got every last drop of that. And just go back. I should probably help them a little bit. Nah. The writing is very clear. We'll need a lot of oil. I don't think we can make a lot of... It's so tempting to just get this one as opposed to that one. Have the dragon hatchet. No, unicorns. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. I mean, you have to use the spells. You don't have enough space to stockpile them anyway. It's time to say goodbye to the peasants and say hello to the... Let me put that down there before I forget. I can also put down more archers. What do you mean I need more? Well, I guess the funny part is that was most of the crystals I saved up until this point of the game, which is a lot. Why bother? Yeah, I'm starting to think the whole mask idea is not as good as it sounds in the beginning. Because you're just not getting enough food, and that is actually a huge problem for your economy, because oil needs wood. Actually, I started to think I was kind of tricked into getting that, and now I don't really use that much. Production, or... do I have a Tesla tower? I do have a Tesla tower. I should really remember at what week the boss comes. Okay, so that will be good. Well, I guess this is also the greed part. If you don't use the pyre, then you can just sell the pyre for some dinari. You can also just make the musketeers, which will be a big help as well. And then you can... I guess the unicorn is a champion, so that's one of the things I really wanted. You can also just sell the swordsman barracks, because they're not really that useful anymore. So we have 6, 9, 13. And we can have the druids, which will basically replace the swordsman. Sure. I don't really like this idea, but I'll just have to sell one of the wells over here. I mean, I don't really have to have all of these diggers. I think it's time to... yeah, just... This is the way, right? I guess I should also just use the spells as much as I can. Look at this wave. Okay, let's sell as much of the blood as we can, otherwise the boss will just kill us too much. Well, I guess it will not kill us, but it will be too hard. Trader. That says I will receive everything, a wheat field, a sawmill, but only I need the wheat field and the sawmill. But this is also super good. I also would like a tile enchanter. Yeah, but already, this is the part that I don't like about it. I already put down my oil production, so I guess I should not put my oil production down until I have one of the extra tiles. And most of the times you just don't get anything useful over here when it comes to resources. You just get gold and other stuff that is not that good. That was also good, would be good. No. It seems like the last upgrade is not going to happen this game either. What? Why are we so low on troops? I mean, we have everything over here. So 2 and 6, 8, 10. Oh, I guess they're just not working. Okay. Just... Oh. That's so weird. Okay, I guess we'll just have to work like that. Yeah, you always forget about stuff like this, but the game will remind you at some point. Tommy will be over here. Also, I'm missing something to do with the meat, and I want to use the meat, but I don't have anything. Oh, wood. We need a lot of wood for the end game. Little bit here. Oh, I guess we lost all of those. Okay. Well, we have enough water for once. That's reassuring. So production, and more production. I guess I want an upgrade. Oh, we need more basic production. I guess you also need spells, because that's another thing I didn't really contribute to my army with these spells, artifact or lightning mages. Artifact, because you can get some really cool stuff. Okay, so I have to get rid of this idea that I always have to spend that on the town dinari. This is going to be useful for the end game. Undead Wyvern. Well, I hope I don't lose that. Okay, so eventually I was able to afford everything anyway. Hand of the Avenged. I'm just seeing Hand of the Avenged. I know there are 3 artifacts, but I'm just seeing one only. We didn't really use up all of the blood. Okay, it's time to kick the oil into production, and this will be over here like this. Wow, I always have so many peasants. Okay, so let's get rid of as much blood as possible. Need to work on this over here. So the Tesla doesn't need to build anything, it just needs a lot of iron, which I don't have. I also don't have enough iron over the water cannon. Needs 1000. Oh no, it needs 250. Not bad. Well, enemy invisibility, I guess it creates invisible vampires or something. You know what, let's just sell it so I don't have to think about it. Oh, it's so annoying. I feel like I'm just short of something important all the time. Sell the peasant huts. Let's sell the stuff that I don't really want. The clay mine. Is there a point to have a clay mine? Maybe, but we'll 79. We didn't lose a lot of castle HP. I guess I'm just very short on that. Is there a point to use a spell? Not really. Establish production. I guess we can... No. We have a lot of wheat. Let's take a vineyard. Vineyard. Poison puddle, definitely. Fish short, definitely. So if I do it like this, it will work, right? Yes, it will work. Okay. No, this will not move from here whatsoever. I guess I can put down an iron mine and just sell the iron. No, that wouldn't work either. So again, we'll have to put a cannon, a Tesla tower, and preferably a hero statue. No, we don't have enough wood for the hero statue. This is a major problem in the endgame. You'll just not have enough wood for the upgrades. If you have the statue and you have enough wood, you'll basically win the game almost automatically, and I cannot get the last upgrade either. So over here it will be the two defensive buildings, the balloon will be over here, and over here it will be the hero statue, but I guess we'll have to put the hospital over there. I just don't have enough space, and I don't think I can upgrade the last tier. Do we have a gold mine anywhere lying around? Nope. They work so slow now. I guess we can make do with two. Oh, that's a lot. $120 damage. I guess this will have to do. Wait, that guy is a ranged unit? Okay. Rats, I was not expecting this. I always have 4 of them now, but I don't have the space, and I can barely keep up the wine production as it is, so no. Boss incoming. Means I need this. Okay, let's sell this as fast as possible. Forgot to put down the... will be fine. What is the more important one? I guess the Tesla tower will be the more important one, because it just attacks using oil. Oh, but no, because this is 100 damage. And this is 140 damage. Well, I guess it's again that part of the game where you just have to make weird decisions. The boss is still one wave away. Get those guys out. Wait, what are the rewards for this one? I don't have any spells. Okay, it might work. Good training. Arcane. Arcane would also be a good option. What do they kill so much and what we have a lot less of? I guess there's no point where I shouldn't make another archery. Yeah, this is the hard part of the game and I kind of dislike it. Oh, the poor musketeers got so badly beaten. I mean, not the musketeers, the worms and the other stuff, okay. Oh man, the oil is just killing me. Okay. Though the city is 100% built, Does that actually change something? It doesn't seem like it changes something. Well, it produces cannonballs, but I don't want to use them yet. Cooldown of 40 seconds. That would be useful as well. That's not useful at all. I really like the goose because it's a rider, but it's not a champion. Nothing is a champion over here. I guess the developers really balanced the game extremely well because it's not as easy as it was to just stack champions. Now the griffins are riders and they're flying, but they don't offer a big bonus, while the hydra just a lot of cool stuff everywhere. I didn't see... yeah. Greed wins, and I think I'll take that one as well. He has a lot of good damage, to be honest, even though we don't have any grunts, but we might get some peasants. Is it worth it just for that? That's useless. The spells are not really great either. So this will be just 1000 free gold. It would let you see that. Well, this is it. I cannot make more soldiers. I could technically make that, but I will not have enough. Sadly we have a lot of blood. Or we have too much blood. Oh, I forgot to take that. Lord Draven, the blood hunger. The incinerator, yeah. That's all of the... So look at the musketeers going, they stun them immediately. Guess let's apply weakness as well. Oh, look at the cannon going, it has a... it looks a little bit weird, but don't worry, it's not as weird as it looks. I guess we don't really... oh wow, this guy is not playing around. Oh, he actually transformed me into a man-bat. That was not as easy as it looked, believe me. Okay. Well, this is actually a very hard choice. The Goose Riders at any wave. Yeah, but in the final wave there will only be 2 anyway, so might as well select the Hearty Borscht. Barracks. Come on, give me what I need. Well, I guess we can make the Black Unicorns, which are also champions and arcane. So I guess we just have to go for champion arcane. This is a good idea, more or less. The chances are actually worth it if you spend enough time for them, but I also like the wake up animation. The mill. Yeah, arcane, because we have a lot of arcane units this game. So I guess I have to also be more fluid with my stuff. Basic production, building upgrade. Upgrade. A lot of money. I cannot resist that much money. And another elite barracks in the end. Training, yeah, I guess I'll have to rely on troop training. Statue, I have that. Production rate by 10%, but this is this really worth it in the long run? It's not worth it, but I'll take it anyway. Tornado. Tesla. I'll take it. Why not? Invincible. Look at that. So that's actually perfect because I chose the other thing that gave me more. Okay. I guess I made the right choice then. Otherwise I would have been in real trouble. So I think you get the gold retroactively as well, and we did. The stupid ghosts are annoying, but it doesn't prevent us from doing much. Demolish that bar, we don't need it anymore. So it will have to be like this. I don't think I'll have enough gold because I cannot mine the gold that I already have. Let's leave it like that for a wave or two. I guess this is the only way to get some wood. Actually, we have a lot of wood. How did this happen? Let's use a small spell. Oh, this will hurt a lot. Wow, they really jumped into my line. Maniacs. Absolute maniacs. Fuel pump, random resource, not so good. Production, HP of warrior. I don't think we have that many warriors. We might get wood, but the chance of getting wood is basically what, 1%? No, I don't want to lose. No, the riders, the worm riders are basically as a buff to the champion. Yeah. We'll just have to take that because we don't have anything else. Let's reroll that. Okay, so calm down, game. Calm down and let me think. This just gets harder and harder over time because you don't understand what you don't have anymore. Wait a minute, can I even build the Black Unicorn stable? No, because I don't have that. Let's sell the magic school. Yeah, looks like the endgame is dominated by oil, but we never have enough oil, which is a big problem. Okay, so don't sell anything I might need later. Guess we need the bees out. I don't understand, why don't the bees come out to play? They're not full numbers. Well, I guess because there's no... If there's no bee on the field, they're not go directly on the field. Okay, that does decent damage and it also pushes them away. But it's also pretty expensive. Oh, look at them damage my horses and my bees and my other stuff. Oh, okay, now I just have to fish for the goose hydra. Geese, there they are, the geese are here. To be honest, I just have to sell the worm riders. They're not worth it at this point of the game for me anymore. So... This is exhausting, it uses up all of your brain power. I have to stockpile the stupid oil. Yeah, you need 2 oil rigs, but you will not have enough wood for 2 oil platforms. And we cannot dig more sites. Oh, look at how low HP the horses are, and I don't have any hospitals. I guess I didn't fish enough for the hospital and some other stuff. Yeah, maybe turn them to sheep. But just this wave. Okay, the bear druid should be able to tank. What is that, a pot? That is exactly what I was afraid of. Okay, recycle this. What am I fishing for now? I guess for nothing. Ballista factory would also work nicely. 10 HP to flying units. No, it will not work nicely. The lion circus will also be nice because the griffins are kind of like their own thing, and I have a lot of everything, so I might just take it as... No, let's be honest, we need the unicorns. We have enough crystals for them. Oh man, I completely forgot about the other stuff as well, so how do I do this? Not to sell that because it's getting too crowded over here. I will need an animal farm to replace probably the execution ground, which I rarely use right now. We are good on gold. I could use this as well, but I have to be careful. We are very low on gold, so let's make a lot of gold. These enemies seem to come so fast to us right now. Okay, the black unicorns will be on the field as well at some point. Trader is here. Yes, damage. We don't have warrior allies, and that's useless. Okay, so that's one thing we don't have to worry about. Meh. Well, I guess we just have to buy the resources at this point, to be honest, since we don't need anything else. The iron mine, come on, these are ridiculous things. This is semi-useful, but is it worth the price? I might as well just buy the troop upgrade. That's not good. Champions. Okay, and now it's also very tempting for me to just sell the vineyard. But I feel like that would be a mistake. No, we'll just have to sell, demolish that. Where is the farm? I'm not seeing anything that I need right now. Where is the farm? I know I have a farm. Oh, that's the farm. So 1 and 1, which is not that bad. And the goose hydra needs to have to be over here on the bottom. And we need a lot of meat for that, and we're not selling anything useful here. That over there. Oh, this game. This game is so tricky sometimes. Don't have any of those. How did they lose? Because they all died and I was not paying attention. What do I have currently on the field? No druids. Yeah, this is going to be an uphill battle with always thinking, is that on the field? Is that not on the field? It should be on the field. Why is it not on the field? Okay, this prophecy was not that bad. It was actually pretty easy. That's Fallen Horseman. No. I guess we'll have to take them. And the final wave will have to be much easier because of this. It will be a little harder, but the final wave will be much easier so I can resupply. Yes, please. Meat and oil. Yeah, I kind of lost touch just because that stupid ghost is occupying all of my resource product, all of my unit tab. Let's put that on the field. We should have 80 food. Wow. So you actually get extra resources. I'm lost in the background right now. Okay, so this will cost 80 to build and then I need 50. So only at 130 can I use the geese. But I'm also not using this enough. So we have to use about 5 cannonballs every combat. Just make 10 so we are sure we have enough. Yeah. The Horseman wave, I should have used the spell as well. It's so brutal. Take that back is very brutal. Why did I get 5 dead Clops? I didn't even notice that. Okay, everything goes outside and play. Okay, everyone goes out and plays immediately. I still haven't brought the black unicorns into play. Useful. Poison is super useful. Oh, we also have a hospital, which is exactly what I needed. Now, I don't think I'll have enough wine supply to last me the entire game. Oh boy, yeah, I'll have to destroy these wells over here, sadly. I think the black unicorns are a little harder to use than I thought. Ah, that was not as strong as I thought. Oh, wow. What's up with these waves? I think I chose a lot of bad stuff. Oh wow, they are so close to my lines. We pushed them back somehow. Or did we? Barely. The pumpkin fields would have been so much better before. I just take that. This is also a bit annoying because now they're mostly producing inside my buildings and I don't know when they're ready. Yeah, oil will have to be doubled. Double the oil, double the fun, so we cannot really rely on defensive buildings either. I feel like I got cheesed by the game a little bit over here, since oil is not as useful as I thought. Since I literally need a ton of it. How much HP does a black unicorn have? Over almost 1000. What about the normal unicorns? Yeah, I guess a lot as well. The black unicorns are also much bigger than the normal ones. 4 spells, landmine. Chain lightning is better. Poison. Successfully gain the different spell every time. Yeah, how are you supposed to get 30 oil? This is the upgraded stuff. Yeah, I also have to check this at all times, so I have almost all the troops on the battlefield. Okay, so 130 meat. What was that? What was that noise? Did I use a spell? Probably. Would have been perfect for the cannonball. By the time I use that, they're all dead. I have to buy oil. All the time I have to buy oil. Or maybe there's something that will help me with the oil production. Yes, that's a must-have all the time. Yeah, I guess the problem I'm not getting any good resources and the gold I'm getting is not useful enough. What do I do with the gold now? Okay, lesson noted. This is the first time I reached this part of the gameplay where I don't have enough resources for the stuff I really want. I have a lot of dinari which I cannot spend. Guess we just have to buy resources. Iron mine, yeah, good luck with this. I guess we just have to go for the castle healing. That's useless to me. Fireworks, blinding light. I guess we can just buy stuns. The boss is here. I am not ready for this boss whatsoever. Let's sell that. Have the goose hydra. At least one. Can we have one goose hydra? Why is it not building? There is no goose on the field. I have a lot of grunts on the field and now I don't know how to remove them. Okay. Dismiss that unit. We need everyone on the battlefield. Yeah. I had to change my plans. Okay, so it's not. This is not possible. How do you do this? I guess you need another king to use with multiple cannons. Seems like it's very hard to get a lot of production buildings going like this. What is that? Wandering spirit. The wandering. Dismiss the unit. That has to be on the field. Okay, keep your fingers crossed for this one. I don't know why I'm getting this one. Oh, that's a cool looking golem. Restless traveler. And I do have landmines and other stuff. I didn't even put down my hospital and I'm pretty sure I have one. I've used that a while back. The boss is stunned for a couple of seconds. Yeah, that was instant stun termination almost. I'm not sure if we'll hold. Oh, okay, we actually are holding pretty well. Yeah, that penalty, the penalties to your production are incredibly harsh in my opinion. I just put an archer over there. I'm sure we can train a few archers. Okay, we almost have enough to train another black unicorn, which is technically my strongest unit. Okay, it was not so bad, but I really struggled with some of these mechanics, especially the endgame higher tier resource production. The archers are just scaring me at this point. Oh, that was super hard. Actually, it seemed like it was very easy. So I kind of lost track of my town dinari production for a very long time because I couldn't be bothered to get them. It's not bad. Ooh, bit exhausting, but not bad. And the two musketeers at the start might help me focus on the economy basically the entire game. I have to get Sophie though. Yeah, I'm really starting to debate if it's worth having the advisor, because this advisor over here will basically block your oil production, which you need oil for all of the buildings in the endgame. So I got a lot of buildings that were upgraded specifically for this, but I don't have enough oil. I guess you can only have one unit, so that's why it's better to insist on the meat, because the meat is actually easier to produce than oil, because oil uses wood that I cannot make in big quantities. Whew, such a good game, such a well-balanced game. I'm also tempted to go for this part over here with Liana. So now I have two options. Either I get Ember or I unlock a new advisor slot. Oh, and I barely... See, this is the problem. If I had bought the Town Dinari 2 more times, I would have had enough to unlock the slot and to get a new advisor, but I don't. That's actually the better idea, to not unlock this guy. Ooh. This was an exhausting run. Oh yeah, by the way, let me show you what happens next. It only gets much harder. Enemies have 30% more HP and you have start with minus 150 gold. That's hilarious. I could also just get the extra loot. Decisions. This guy will actually be great for the entire run, because the musketeers you can keep for the end game. No, I think it will just be better to unlock a new advisor slot. Yeah. I'm definitely not playing with Betty, because not being able to produce grain would be such a big problem. I guess you have to think of it from a logical point of view. You will not be able to build defensive units in the beginning, so this build with Betty and Wise Tree will work if you use a spell-based king, but otherwise it will be very hard. It's not a bad idea either, but it's 200 seconds. Basically, you can use it once every 3 waves or something like that. Ugh. Basic construction. Let's browse the other advisors. Wise Guide also be fun. And there is probably going to be an endgame stuff. Look at... That's such big teeth, right? This is... Okay, this is a very well balanced tree, because in order to get to Liana you have to get through all of this as well. Oh, and if I had one more, I could recruit this guy as well. Ether. Okay. Now let's just look at the basic over here. And does it say who I can recruit? Not really. Basic construction building. Why is that important? Wheel of Fortune is kind of interesting, but you have to work so much to make it worth it. I think fancy build is the way to go, because we'll be saving a lot of resources. For example, the unicorns, if they are 20% cheaper, that's minus 6 more oil. Okay. Oh well. This is the game. It's amazing and I love it so much, and I want to go up to Ascension level 10, but we definitely need to tap into the other upgrades as well. I'm not so sure I want to go for Ember right now. This is a strong unit, but if we have modifiers, we might just lose the troops we have to other stuff. Maybe this guy will be better, because at the level you saw that we need to also... We also need to always have 2 more units to dig for the relics. Which was the problem, since I couldn't get enough diggers to dig for the relics in the end game. Okay, is this getting better? I guess. As you can see, there are some buildings I never use for whatever reason. I should just make a simple run where I just collect all of the buildings. So that's 20, 45 and 50. 20 oil. Okay, now we know a little more about the end game for sure. Let me look at this a little bit more, because it might be worth it to get the tree. No. The extra research table at the beginning would be nice, because you basically can sell it for 5 denarii. Well, damage is also very good, but it's too expensive, so I guess this is still the way to go. Red first. But then, well, I guess first you need to unlock some of this stuff and then advisor slots. Those are so expensive. This is almost impossible to get. To get the helmet, armor and boots give them 5 HP. Kinda funny. But what symbol is this? So this is a sword symbol, this is a turkey, a chicken, a roast. This is an axe. Interesting. I guess the game is very well balanced. I just want to look at some of this stuff before I end the video, because this was a massive undertaking. Oh yeah, so we have to see Arachnor and Unholy Crones. I think maybe Arachnor is the final boss of the Ascension. Yeah. Anyway, see you next time. Bye bye.